Hey everyone, it's Gretchen here. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to work on an assemblage piece. This won't be so much a tutorial as much as it is just a craft with me or follow me along or get inspiration kind of video. But here's the two I have done so far, and I'm getting ready to start on my third one. I have this in a set of 4. So I do have my mug ready to go. This is the older Johanna Parker. So this is where it has the trans pack on the bottom and it comes with the paper tag. But instead of removing the tag and throwing it away, I did reattach it. On this one here, I just put a jingle bell on it and then just spun it back over the handle. That way the end user can take it off, keep it, whatever they want to do with it. But now I think her newer pieces has the her emblem on the bottom. But we're going to get started on this. What I'm using is dry foam. I'm going to go ahead and sit down and get my bag. I do have the microphone down here, so hopefully you can hear everything just fine. I have my dry foam here, and I actually bought these mug plugs, but you can see it's too big for that application. So I have to work more with something like that. Now you can use whatever you want, but I will say this. This foam is not glued in to this mug. So if someone wants just to have the mug back, and I think we've all done that with floral arrangements, you can just pull out everything. It is glued in there, but just pull it out and pull out the foam, and then you can wash the mug out and have it again for personal use. I will say this, it's in there tight enough that it will not fall out. And also, I just built everything up on the base of the foam itself. So that was my goal, to keep it tight enough so it, I can tip it upside down or store it, etc. So I'm going to get started here. I just kind of start eyeballing it. I just took my craft knife and it's a little messy. I need a bigger craft knife. I'm going to hold that over my trash can and snap it, hopefully. There. And see if that's going to fit. And then I'll just start trimming it down from there. But I save all these little pieces, because if I got any movement in it when I was first messing, like first doing it, I put pieces back down in there and made it, some I glued together, but I never touched the inside of the mug. Now, of course, this is, staticky and it's going to stick. I need to get that big piece off of there. So I will check back in a second. So it is fitting in there. I'm just going to push it gently down in there till I hit the bottom. It didn't go all the way. It's not going to. And then from here, I can just trim it off and then just keep working at it. See, now I want to definitely get that trimmed down some, because otherwise the back end is going to stick up like that out of the mug. That's looking better. And I found the best thing to use was a paper towel. And I'm just going to clean this all up and we'll get to building our layers. Now, I'd be lying if I didn't say I just did dispose of these smaller pieces, because I can't see no reason to keep them. Let me know if there's something you guys do with them. I don't know, it's just not worth my time to hold on to something that's just going to crumble when I stick it back in my craft closet, and then just be frustrated with it when I get it back out. So I'm just dumping everything into my trash can. This, of course, is covered in foam. And that dry paper towel, though, works great. Oh, my trash can's a little full. So again, I said this is not going to be a tutorial, and I'm not going to make it one. I'm going to get chit-chatting here, but I will tell you the supplies I used. So there's my mug, and you know, I love that she got her contract, I guess, back with Transpac, and now she's back in production. You can find her stuff. Well, you always could with the Bethany Lowe collaborations. You could get those in boutique stores and online. But as far as like this stuff here, you know, now you should be able to start finding it again in Home Goods and Ross's. So I have not had any luck finding anything in Ross's yet. But I did find some mugs at Home Goods. These are wooden ornaments that I picked up, and I took a piece of air dry clay and put it through the hole. There's a hole that comes in the twine, and I did it to all 4 of them. And then I did take my Tim Holtz, what do you call that, distress ink, and colored, just like washed it down on the back. So this one's ready to go. As far as like whatever you want to put around the base to kind of conceal everything, I use tinsel, and I have it in red, which I don't think I'm going to use red. I have it in silver, and I have it in gold, and of course I have it in an array of like greens, Valentine's Day colors, so like red, and then I have like some rainbow, I think, for Christmas. So I just gather it up throughout the year. And then voila, you know, then I got it. So I think I'm going to go back to silver for this one. And then I'm also working with Shiny Bright ornaments. I got these at Home Goods. TJ Maxx, one of them. One or the other. So I'm working with those. I found there, I got it wherever that tag comes from. Paid $10 for this box. It's been a while though, 2023. So I kind of went with the purple on that one. And then I went with traditional on this one. And I think for this one, I'm going to keep it traditional because I already have my ornament ready to go. So if I go with silver and her, I think that'll be a cute combo. This whole area, build-up area, is not very big. I can't wait to do a mug. I can't wait to use that stinking mug plug I have that I bought from Walmart, because I paid up a little bit for, you know, for those. So let me grab my silver tinsel. I'll show you what I mean. So I got my silver tinsel, and then I do have a variety of bottle brush trees. These I got at Target. Oh, maybe I'll go with this black. I thought about going with this one. I have these sparkly ones from somewhere. Factory Direct Crafts. Sorry about the sound. You're right next to my microphone. Something like that. I would take off the base. I kind of like that too, but see, that's an orange and black tinsel. I need black tinsel. That's what I need. See, I'd have to go gold. Hold on, I'm going to check my tinsel stash and see if I got another color. So I checked my stash. I have this tinsel. It's very fine though. I would have to layer it. I don't know. I like the fluff. I like the fluff that I get with this kind of tinsel. So maybe... this is where it's like you gotta start making decisions, and sometimes decisions are hard for me. I don't know if I could see. It goes great with these trees though. I need like orange tinsel too. Where do I buy that stuff at? I don't know. So I think we're going to revert back to a silver with black tree. All right, we'll kind of roll. We'll roll with that. That looks nice together. Push that out of the way because I want to take this base off this tree. Now I just take pliers and do your best to get it off of there. Sometimes they're on there better than other ones. Be careful, you don't want to smack anything and hurt yourself. If that doesn't work, then I just go right up in there, snip it off, and there. And then if I can't get these back to where they're fluffy, I just cut them off. There's that. I don't know, so far I'm saving them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Kind of fluff that back up, and I have a piece here. And then I'm thinking, I just kind of eyeball it first before I start putting any glue in. And I use hot glue, and I also use E6000. I only use the E6000 when, I need that super adhering, like especially for the ornaments. See, and I think that will look adorable. So then I ask myself, do I want to decorate this bottle brush tree with ornaments, or that's what I'm looking around at to see what I have hanging out here, or little beads. I have little beads here. I have these from Hobby Lobby. I could glue some of them on the smaller ones, and I might do that. What colors do I got in here? You know, once you open up the package, it's never the same. Okay, pop that off. Is it sealed? Let me set that back there because we're going to work on this tree real quick. As soon as I get that open. So how's everybody been? Did I still not get that open? Oh, there. Okay. It's been going fairly well here. Been busy. I wanted to have these done quite a while back, but here I am, the pinching hour to get things done. Oh, you know what? And here's my ornament, so things will go well with that. So look, I got the silver in that. You can't even see that. I got the silver in that, the black. And now I'm getting some pumpkin colors on there. I might work with the green too, because I'll end up putting some green ornaments on it as well. So there's some small ones. It's the weekend, so I expect Chloe to come over tomorrow and spend the night. She usually does. I tell you what do you guys keep these in? I need a bucket or another jar or something, because it's a lot to go dig through this bag. I'm just going to complain about everything today. Alright, so if we keep it that, let's try that. Let's get started. Where's my tweezers? I don't know if they're going to help. This stuff gets a little crazy with the hot glue. And I have these jummies too. And I'm thinking about, well, you know what else I have is a witch's hat. I can put a witch's hat on it too. Where's my wooden thing? See, that's how quick I lose stuff. Oh yeah, it's going to be a hot mess express here, but we'll do it. If I put that behind. See, I don't like that look behind it. And it's kind of like, no, I don't want to do that. So we'll go back to the, we can go with a bigger gemstone though, for the top. Or we can go fancy. Fancy on top. I have my reading glasses. Hold on, I gotta put these glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. And I want to make sure all the gems are in there. They are. So I'm trying out a new phone stand. And so far so good. But I gotta keep you where you're at. Because so what I'm going to do is put a spot of glue on there. Hot glue. I burnt myself real bad right there. Making that Christmas wreath. And after that, it's like once bitten, twice shy kind of situation. And of course, I just fluff this tree up constantly. So I'm thinking we'll now just work around it. See, I think those are, I don't know if they're too big or not. But I want to go with green. Let me get some green out of here. I guess I can just dump a bunch out, and then I can pause you guys. That's what I've been doing. Pausing you. I don't know how much I'm going to like it when I'm editing versus doing the breaks. There's a green one. Okay. I'm right-handed. I should be using my right hand. But you know what's nice? I think this is going to adhere just fine. And they won't be popping out. Here, I'm going to use my left hand. The strings, they're a nightmare. That's the other thing you got to fight with, right? When you're done. Put a brown one there. Of course, I got to fight the strings while they're still warm. That's just who I am. I want to put one here. How's your fall Halloween crafting going? I love Halloween. I love to craft with it. I like to use all that stuff up I bought. I want to work on a couple Halloween junk journals as well. I still need to make my bookmark video. I just need to be more active on this channel. So I tossed around, I have another channel called Cat and Paul's Mercantile. It's my vintage channel, and I've been doing, well, I'm doing live sales over there. I did one. I'm getting ready to do my next one on September 12th. So if that's your jam, jump over there and follow me. You can chat live. And I want to do an ephemera sale. I want to do a live ephemera sale. On this channel. I want to do it on here because I think I'd have a good turnout. Look at how that hot glue stuck to all those. That's bananas. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is finish working on this. And I will come back when it's done and we'll go ahead and jump into the, just building it up. I'm back. I got all the jimmies onto the bottle brush tree. And then I did grab one of these wooden blocks I got picked up from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to have to go ahead and glue that on the back of it. And all this does is keep me from really just keeping the glue onto the dry foam so much because I don't want to put it on the mug. So I'm going to go ahead and back this up though with E6000 for the long haul. Because I've used I'm going to sit down here again. I've used just hot glue on this before and it popped off like a year later. So with the E6000 though, I won't get that problem. I cannot get the lid off of this thing. Why is it always when you're on camera? Get my pliers out here. See if I can wrench it off. Oh my gosh. Out of the bottom part of that wooden figurine, but it would be all blocked by the tinsel. You see, I'm just going to back that up with hot glue for instant hold. Ooh, it's a little funky, so make sure you ventilate well. See, it's sticking a little bit out, but that's all right. I'm not going to worry about it. Make sure it's going to sit up right. That's hot glue coming out. All right. I swear the cats can hear me do something and then they got to start bothering me. But I think it might just be the air conditioner's on. So I looked, I did not see them. But I'm going to go ahead and put some more of this E6000 right here on the bottom to adhere to the foam. And back it up with hot glue. And again, you won't see a lot of this bottom part of it because it'll have the tinsel. That's where the fluffy tinsel comes in at. That was kind of why I was against using the skinny black stuff. And I'm going to put that where I think I'm going to want that at, right about here. Get that really good into the foam. I'm thinking about my bottle brush tree placement, and it's probably going to go back here. And you got time, you got like not a lot of time, but you have some time to work with it. See, I don't like that, so I'm going to actually move it. I think I'm going to move it up. Move it up. And believe me, you just keep adding hot glue. I mean, you're generous with it. And we're gonna move that up. Yeah, because I wanted room to put that in it as well. But see, my garland, I'll just take and I need to let that set up a little bit. Note to self, I really need to clean up my craft desk when I'm done here. But you can see what happened. I had to take it back off. It was just too high and it wasn't sitting well. And, well, I just wasn't happy. So I took it off and then I'm like, well, let me go and get this bottle brush tree attached before I stick it back on there. Because like take 3 now and I'm just ready to, to get moving on. At least now with the bottle brush tree attached, I can really do my placement the way I want it. And all I'm going to do then is put garland back there and hot glue it on. So here we go, one more time. This time I might try, I need like foam glue. What do I got here? Tacky glue. What does it stick to? I wonder if it would work. And then I got my beacon glue. And I'm going to take a chance on this one. This one I have to keep upside down, or it takes me forever to get glue out. So we'll hit this, see if it works. Hopefully you guys are not crooked, because I had to fix the camera again because I have got to clean my desk up. My floor, you ever go to Dollar Tree and there's so much glitter on the floor that you can hear it crunching underneath your feet? That's what my floor's feeling like right now. It's not from glitter though, it's from dry foam. I can hear it crunching when I walk. I'm going to have to get the Swiffer out. Oh, that adhered nice. I can feel that grip happening. So far, so good. I like that better. Boy, that was not, I guess probably once it dried, would have been a different story with the E6000. But, yeah. Okay, where's my lid? And my glue here. I do have baby wipes, but yeah, I don't know. Do you guys find they kind of dry out on you if you don't use them often? And I find myself grabbing for paper towels more so than I do baby wipes. The silly things, right, that are on your mind. All right, so there's the back, there's the front. This is going to be a long video, but hopefully you stick around to the end. And then I have this piece already cut. But I think before I do that, I'm going to look for an ornament. So I have the silver. You have choices here, green or silver. See, they have these long necks. I'm not always fond of that, but don't fret. I have these over here. These have long necks too, but they're a little bit shorter, smaller. So I can go there with that ornament or this one. And I think it's probably going to be the green. And what that will do will just give me some height back there. And then that way it's like a 360 tree. The good news though is glass or plastic ornaments stick well. I haven't had much problem with them. I'm going to kind of tuck that underneath there. Like that. All these glue strings, they just get the best of me. I just want to constantly try to pull them off. And then if I go there, see with the garland. Now, I'm going to keep you down here because otherwise I will burn my fingers. I seem to always do that with this garland. I want it nice and fluffy. But you want it on there. I have a thumb. Plastic finger, whatever you want to call it. That helps too. I got half of it. Let's get the other half. Generous. I am generous to a T with this glue. Be careful, don't burn yourself. See, I like that green on there. See, I like that. And there's like the back end, you know? I mean, so it's already looking adorable. Guess I'll go this way with it. And then this is like the more the fun part for me. Once I get this established, then it gets a lot more fun to do. And then I like to look at it. I think, okay, that's a good angle for that. Because right now I can still rotate it on this because it's not secured in there. Then I have this that I just popped the top off and put a, what do you call those? The adhesive dot on. And I'm probably going to stick that right there. And then I'll end up putting garland, tucking it in there after I get all my little ornaments in. And this is something I do use the E6000 on. I just dab it in the back. Get my lid back on because I gotta be able to get that back off of there when I need it. and it just wants to start seeping out. This E6000 I bought comes with tips that you can put in there, but I tried it once, and hopefully you can see me doing this. Again, generous with the glue, and I will probably add more once it's placed on here. I'm going right there with it, because I don't want to cover up too much of the cat or the pumpkin, but if they're casualties, it will just be that way. Alright, now it should dry nicely. And then I just start thinking about what colors I'm going to use. I have already a small silver, and it's probably going to be a lot of silver. It's just what I have. I have this really cute pumpkin face bead, but I just don't know if there's anywhere I can push it in at. My ornament's still drying. Let's get that on there. And I have mushrooms, these cake picks. I can do that, but it blocks the cat. Do I want to block the cat? I'd like to be able to squeeze that one in. And I think that kitty's just going to get blocked. So, fun trick with this, if you have these pins, find a color that works. And if the hole is small enough, you can stick it right down through there. And that can hold your bead on. Just put glue on the pin itself, and then you can glue it from there. Alright, I'm going to turn you off for a second. I'm going to see if I can keep the cat's face. I'm going to kind of rearrange things a little bit, and then I'll be back and show you how it's looking, and probably finish it up and get ready to work on another one, and so I can get my desk cleaned off. Okay, I may have went down a little bit of a rabbit hole. Just a little bit. Here's what I got so far. This silver tinsel just really took me places. As you can see, I broke out the orange. I broke out the skinny. And I broke out the vintage looking tinsel. Yes, I had it all out. And ended up just kind of giving that silver a haircut and tucking it in back there. But I do have a cake pick in there, and then a piece of jewelry kind of finding what, and then some foam mushrooms, some beads, and of course I still have to pick all the little pieces of glue off. But I think I'm going to put this here and then just tuck it in with some silver, and we'll just do that, and then I'll be done with it because I'm done with it. So anyways, what I like about when I do these sticks like this, it's just so easy to go ahead, and all I do is just stick it up in there in the nozzle and pull my glue out and get it down in there. And then I kind of like that drop in the front there, and then I'll stick I'll just glue some pieces of tinsel up in there, and if I have to, I'll give it a haircut. So I'm going to work on that now. So yeah, this is why I don't do tutorials, because, well, first off, something like this just takes my patience, and sometimes I just have to turn off the camera and work on it. But what I want to do is get that hot glue and get it up in there. You see my tweezers catch the hot glue too. Sometimes since I cut it, strands will come off, but that looks pretty good. And I'll just fill it up until I'm happy with it. I'll try to get some in there, so I'll check back with you in a sec. Okay, I think I'm happy with it. Oh, look at it. Sparkle. Here's the back side. So I like it. I got one more to go. And that'll be number 4. And I should be able to knock it out relatively quick since I have already, things out and my clay already put in the hole and everything like that. So I'm going to check further into my tinsel stash. I would love to do maybe an orange one. I think I might have some, maybe I can just stop at Dollar Tree. Usually I like, well, it depends. I sometimes use vintage tinsel. I use new tinsel, vintage bottle brush, new bottle brush, whatever I got. I mean, I'm not going to be picky. Does that matter? I mean, look how cute it is. I don't think you can look at that and say, oh my God, it's not vintage, stuffs. So that's my spiel. Well, thanks for joining me. Like I said, I do want to make a couple videos coming up on Halloween stuff. And I'm reaching in here because as I'm looking at it through the camera, I see she could use a little bit of tea dye just to give her a little color. See that? I like it better than that being really bright. But I did have to sacrifice the cat, so he's under there. But I did keep the pumpkin. But that's alright because this one is a cat. Oh, sweet. I'm going to put my tags back on. And then I have got to go take care of something, and then I'll get started on the 4th one. So, alright, well, thanks for joining me. It was good talking to you. Hopefully you heard me alright because my microphone, again, is facing this way, and I was talking about the camera. So, alright, bye.